welcome back to my channel. So I have an update for you. Today is October the 13th. It's Friday the 13th. And speaking of which, it's been kind of a weird day. When I was at work today, this guy parked in the parking lot, and I looked over, and he had a whole rabbit, like a jackrabbit, one of the big ones, was sticking out of the front of his car, and he didn't know it apparently. And I guess he knew that he hit it, but he didn't know that it came with him, which is weird. But so it was like hanging out of the front of his car. It went like through his grill and was just like hanging out in there, and he didn't do anything about it. He just left it in there. I mean, I guess if you can't get it out of the grill then, and you need to go to work, then I guess you leave it there. But it was horrible because I had to sit there and drive by it or look at it all day long. So that was pleasant. All right. So anyway, that was just a side note. I am on my way about 2.5 hours away from my house. It's Friday, so I'm gonna meet my family in another town to have some weekend fun. So as soon as I get there, it's like 4:15-ish, 5:15-ish tonight. As soon as I get there, we're gonna go to a Chuck E. Cheese and just have some fun, and then come back tomorrow. So, while my husband and the kids were in the other town, he got an appointment. I was able to get him an appointment for this week. I called them on Monday, and they said that they could get him in today for his consultation. So that's where he went, and he just went just a little bit ago, and I got word from him that everything went well. They said everything looks healthy, and I mean, we did this 2 years ago. We went for a consultation because we thought that the surgery, we would get the surgery a lot sooner than we have, but it was expensive, and we decided that we wanted to save up. So, excuse me, if you don't get the surgery done within 1 year after the consultation, then you have to go and do it again. So I think that the cost for that, even with, well, I don't know that insurance covers any of it, but the cost for us for the consultation was $150, around that, just for the doctor to see you and say, yeah, this is the procedure, this is what happens, we'll see you when you have your surgery, basically. So he went in, everything looked great, everything looked healthy. We're getting the steps done. So next step is the surgery. So we have to talk about it and find out when we have time off together that we can come back down, you know, travel back down here and get the surgery done and have recovery time. So most likely we're going to do it in either at the end of, I don't know if we're going to do it at the end of this month, because we're planning on going to Vegas at the end of this month for a weekend, a little weekend getaway. And actually, we've been married 10 years now, and so we're planning on getting, renewing our vows in Vegas. So it's going to be super fun. I have already had the traditional wedding, so like white dress, you know, traditional to the T wedding. And I've always wanted to actually do the like Vegas style wedding also. And we thought, well, this is near our 10-year anniversary. We may as well just go and do it. So we're going to bring the kids with us, and the grandparents are going to come with us. And we're just going to go to like one of the little chapels and get married, which is going to be super fun. So that's going to happen at the end of this month. So what I'm thinking, you know, I had to ask for time off 2 weeks in advance at work, and he's kind of free free to do whatever he needs to do, so it's not too much of a big deal for him. But for me, I have to ask off at least 14 days in advance. So I'm thinking we're going to have this surgery done probably in November is what we're looking at. And then what I really would like to happen, I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but what I really would like to happen is for us to be able to try in the December cycle. I thought it would be awesome if I could announce it to my kids via a present for Christmas. You know, make something special for them, put it in a box, wrap it up, and let them open it. I thought that would be fantastic. Now, that's setting the bar pretty high. I mean, first off, we have to get the surgery done in time to actually be able to do that, and then get pregnant the first cycle, which that's setting the bar pretty high. So I don't know that that's going to happen. Most likely we'll probably get pregnant in the first of the year, but who knows? Maybe it'll happen. Maybe we'll get pregnant on the first cycle and I'll be able to do that. But if not, we'll find some other creative way to tell the kids that they're going to be big siblings. Otherwise, I mean, I think that life is pretty busy right now, and just getting things done, and I'm still in school. For those of you who don't know, I am in nursing. Well, I will be in nursing school shortly. So I'm going to apply for nursing school in the springtime and hopefully get into the fall semester or fall round. I still have about 2 years in nursing school before I'm an RN, but we're working on it slowly but surely. And let's go ahead and just throw a baby in the mix. Once life is busy, it's just busy anyway, and I fully believe that, you know, whatever life has to give you is what you deal with, and, you know, and what you want and what have you. I think that putting a third baby in the mix is not going to be all that much different than what it is now. I mean, I run here and there and everywhere. I have a full-time job. I have school. You know, we make it all work. And I think a third baby is not going to change all that much. It's still going to be busy, and you just go on with life. And I don't really want to wait too much longer. I'm 32, so I mean, like, yeah, I still have some good years left, but when I was 13, I almost died from hyperthyroidism. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's where your thyroid becomes way too overactive and produces too much hormone, and it makes it so that you are completely off kilter with your hormones. And I lost a bunch of weight. I couldn't eat. I mean, I was a mess. I was pretty sick. If they had not caught it when they did, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. But they did, and I got better for about a year, and then I relapsed in freshman year of high school. And they decided, okay, enough is enough. And they took, well, I had the option of either taking my thyroid out or having radioactive iodine. Radioactive iodine is radioactive, but it only affects your thyroid. However, it has been shown in studies, I had to write a whole paper about this for one of my classes. So it has been shown in studies that women who had the radioactive iodine at some point in their lives will have an earlier menopause, which scares the bejesus out of me. I mean, like, I'm only 32. I don't want to be thinking about menopause right now, but I think that's kind of like where I'm at with this whole vasectomy reversal and getting the process going, because I'm scared. I'm scared that I'm going to go into menopause and then I'm not going to be able to have the third kid. I mean, it's not not the end of the world if I couldn't have the third kid. I mean, I'd be like super duper 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 disappointed. But we can always adopt or do something else. But I really want to be pregnant again, and I want to experience that again. And I would be really sad if we couldn't do that. So, and along those same lines, like, just because you have vasectomy reversal doesn't mean that it's going to happen. So, rant over. I just hope that everything goes according to plan. I don't go into early menopause. And right now, my cycles are, I'm lucky. I'm really lucky, because when I was younger, before I conceived my first kid, I had PCOS, and I did not ovulate very often. It was probably like once every 4 months, and I needed to use Clomid to get pregnant with my daughter, and it worked. The first cycle I got pregnant with my daughter. I was extremely lucky, and I know that it doesn't go like that for some people, and I feel blessed that it went that way. But it reset my whole body after that. So from that point on, I was regular. I mean, I was able to feel my ovulation every single month. I knew exactly what day I was ovulating, and it's true to this day. So even after my son, it stayed that way. So now I'm able to feel exactly when I ovulate, and I still use a strip just to like test to make sure that I'm not crazy, and that's actually what's going on. Which, hey guys, I was in such a good groove, and it cut me off. Apparently, like, I had my phone set up in the on the GPS thing, and apparently it got too hot. Go figure. So, because the sun is like beating right down on it. But I want to get this done before it gets dark. You know what I mean? So, where was I? Oh, ovulation. So I am completely regular now. I feel so lucky and blessed to have that. Every month I ovulate on between, okay, so here's another side note. I usually ovulate on the 17th of every month, give or take. Maybe at the 16th, maybe the 18th, around the 17th. From my left ovary. My right one just doesn't want to work like all that well. Like sometimes sometimes it feels like it wants to work, and great. But most of the time it just doesn't work. Maybe like 3 times a year, 2 or 3 times a year, it decides to work. So most of the time, it's from my left ovary. It does all the work. So this month, my ovulation was on the day 22, because I ovulated from my right ovary, which is really weird. I mean, like, doesn't happen that often, so I was not expecting it. But it happened, and it took a little bit longer, but next month it'll probably be back on the 17th. So I'm hoping that it continues to stay that way. I haven't had any symptoms of PCOS since before I had my daughter. So it's been a long time since I've had any of those symptoms, and I hope it stays away, because that is not a fun time. You know, I know what it feels like, girls, and I don't like it, and I'm sorry that you have to go through it if you have it, because it's not a fun time. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. I'm going to be at my destination here in like 15 minutes or so, so I kind of want to wrap this up a little bit. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. You know, as time progresses here, I'm going to go through all the different stuff about my past pregnancies and all the stuff that you guys would want to know about that. I'm going to be doing some ovulation testing. As soon as he has a procedure, I'm going to be sure to do like ovulation testing on camera, and pregnancy testing on camera, and then bump dates and all that stuff. So make sure you subscribe and stay connected with us. And who knows? I mean, like, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. It's a journey, right? Otherwise, again, I'm Missy. I hope you join me for this journey, and we'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye.